So Hannah Robinson playing some defense, trying to regain the ball. Give it right back to Northwestern. That's number 2, Bailey Jarvis, midfielder, handling it. It's cleared out by a Ranger. Vasquez just lets that one go. And number 7, Kelsey leveling. Will clear it out, throw it back in. And right back on an overhead throw to the Crimson Storm. Here comes Brianna Evans entering the game. Gives it back out and gives it back to Southern Nazarene. Entering the game right now is number 9 for the Crimson Storm, Kylie Payne. And Antoine, welcome back. We're having some technical difficulties, but you're taking care of it. Man on the spot.
Yeah, it was tough, but we got it taken care of right before this sub happened. But Shanae Vasquez, she came out and she did a good job while she was in there. Worked hard, played well. She deserves the break, and looks like Coach Duncan is giving some of her other players a chance today. Kylie Payne, number 9. She's in, and well, she played in 15 games and started 6, so she's getting some more playing time today. We'll see how she does.
Shanae Vasquez trying to find some offensive production, just hanging around in Northwestern's box, trying to find that ball coming towards her and towards the goal. Unable to find any results. However, Megan Chase adds to her already impressive point total with her 6th goal of the year. And Crimson Storm currently hold the advantage with a 1-0 lead.
Megan Chase now has 12 points on the year. And 12 points out of 16 games. That's pretty impressive for the young freshman. It just shows that this SNU team, they're going to have some firepower coming back next year to go along with some of the other youth that they already have playing in tonight. So it's definitely going to be a good thing for this SNU team next year.
Chase trying to keep it out of there. They're cross inside. Now the Crimson Storm have dominated the possession area of this match so far, as they have thoroughly kept the ball on the Northwestern side of the field.
In the game for the Rangers, number 16, Holly Pancake.
Entering the game right now is number 16, Holly Pancake. And she will replace number 18, Kaylee Peterson, who comes off a little bit of a limp, a little bit of a stutter, trying to fend off some sort of cramp or leg injury. Right there in the center of the field, Glitzky trying to combat a Ranger for the possession of the ball, and now the Rangers are pushing up. And it's quickly repelled by the Crimson Storm defense.
This Northwestern team, they're doing a good job of staying into the game. They came out a little bit flat, but it seems like they found their rhythm. They're stopping the SNU attack, and they're also putting together good possessions of themselves and creating chances for them. And if they can continue to do that and stay in this game, it's definitely going to be a long night, and it's definitely going to call for a good game.
Now the Rangers pushing up. That was number 10, Kimberly Bell, who had a crease. It was taken away by Crimson Storm member number 2, Brianna Evans. Now the Crimson Storm with Evans. We're going to push up and we'll get a overhead throw in.
Don't leave your line stack to 10. Hold your line, defend 4. That's it, we can't get out there.
Let's quickly kneed out once again, and now we're kind of in a stalemate.
Coach Liddell over here on the sideline screaming out instructions to his team, making sure they're lined up right for this throw-in. Kylie Payne, the SNU forward, doing the flip throw, and that's definitely a weapon that this SNU team can use, especially when they have throw-ins near their 18-yard box. I mean, that flip throw is pretty dangerous, especially when you have the height of Hannah Robinson in that box. So that's definitely a weapon that they should definitely start to use more often. And that flip throw, I'll tell you right now, it's not easy to do, but it's definitely fun and interesting to watch.
Yeah, it kind of throws me off a little bit. It's like, whoa, we can do that?
Yes, you definitely can. It's something that you think you would only see in movies, but no, it's done, and I've seen it done multiple times, and it's very dangerous.
Well, the Crimson Storm are now waiting to throw in from Kelsey Leveling. So now the Rangers trying to find some offensive production, and Crimson Storm defense not letting him have it. As we approach the 14-minute mark, 14 minutes left. Chase in the middle once again. And that looks like it's going to be a corner for SNU. So corner shot opportunity coming for the Crimson Storm. There's the opportunity. Almost finds it. Will it? No, just missed it. That would be number 9, Kylie Payne, who had a great opportunity right there by the goal and just kicks it high. And Alexis Coxey, number 21, is awaiting a dead ball in Crimson Storm's favor to enter the game for their first time of the day. There's number 30, Rachel Cantrell. Do something.
Alexis Coxey is set to come in, and she's played in 14 games. Has 2 assists on the year for a total of 6 points.
Also coming in is for the Rangers, number 23, Kaylee Cunningham. Midfielders, 5'6" freshman from Oklahoma City, and Putnam City North. So not too far away from Bethany. So almost a homecoming game for her. So Alexis Coxey will come in and replace Megan Chase.
For the Rangers, Kylie Cunningham.
And Cunningham will replace number 14, Yasmin Gomez. So in a, I don't know if they meant for them to do this, but in one substitution, both teams have replaced their offensive leaders. As Yasmin Gomez leads the Rangers in offense with 3 goals, 1 assist, and 7 points. 15 shots on the goal, 33 shots on the year. So both both point leaders for the Crimson Storm and the Rangers come out on the exact same substitution.
Yeah, they both have taken out their offensive leaders, but SNU also left one of their offensive leaders on the field as well with Hannah Robinson. She's a huge threat with 5 goals on the year, and she also has 4 assists on the year. So she's doing it in both ways for SNU. But Megan Chase, she played well while she was in. She got them that early goal and seemed to get quiet a little bit after that. But this SNU team definitely has some firepower on the field still.
So number 13 for the Rangers, that's Jordan Gomes. And number 15, or excuse me, number 5, Tiana Young Mochley. Mochley, a freshman from Pearl City, Hawaii. And number 13, Jordan Gomes, is a 5'9" sophomore, also out of Hawaii. And they both went to the same city. All right, excuse me, they both went to the same high school, Pearl City High School. They're in our 50th state in the Pacific Ocean. So we're under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. It's been exciting so far. The Crimson Storm striking early and take a 1-0 advantage. And now they're pushing up once again. Almost getting an opportunity, and now they will have another corner opportunity. So corner kick coming up for the Crimson Storm. And it'll be number 22, number 21, Alexis Coxey, 5'5" freshman out of Durant, Oklahoma.
Set pieces is something else that SNU needs to take advantage of, especially having that size advantage. Corners can be very dangerous, and definitely another opportunity to score. But Northwestern did a really good job right there defending that corner kick and clearing it out.
So SNU trying to find one more offensive goal. One more goal before the half ends, but Northwestern Oklahoma State trying to keep it out of their portion of the field.
It's been a really good half so far for SNU. As back line, they've done a good job, and they haven't been in much trouble at all this first half. Right now, SNU has they've only faced 3 shots. One of those shots have been on goal. But other than that, Natasha Fuentes and her back line have been awfully quiet tonight and haven't had much to do.
Well, corner is coming up for the Northwestern Rangers, and Coach Craig Liddell is getting very excited about that. Just under 8 minutes to go.
This half is moving by pretty quick. Like you said, a little bit under 8 minutes left. SNU has to close out this half on top.
The ball goes high into the air. Trying to make something great happen. And ball's knocked up into the air a couple of times, but in the end, it's going to stay with the Crimson Storm.
Looked like a popcorn machine in the box right there. The ball was bouncing every which way and was able to find its way out for a SNU goal kick. Glitsky just did a good job there in the midfield to win that header. Now you have to make sure you find the second ball. The second ball is the most dangerous.
So we're going to count that as a shot and another save for Fuentes. That shot came about 40 yards away. So as the clock continues to wind down here in the first half, and we'll have a quick intermission for halftime, and then we will conclude with our second half of our game.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how SNU closes out this half to see if they can add a goal to this 1-0 lead that they have. Especially going into the second half. We both know that SNU is a second half team.
Keep into the
They've
line,
scored
swinging out
12 of their 18 goals in the second half,
you okay?
but they've also given up 21 goals in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out in the second half. But I hope that they can get a goal before this first half is over just to extend this lead going into halftime.
Well, leveling got up a little bit slow, maybe fighting a cramp. SNU is not the only the women's soccer team is not the only SNU athletic team in action today. The volleyball team are set to play in about 20 minutes, also against the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers in their Dig Pink special game. That will be going on later in about 20 minutes here in the Sawyer Center. And a PK, and while we'll pause and get a PK, this is from number 12, Kelsey Bussert.
I'm not sure exactly what happened. I believe it was a handball caught inside the box, but here's SNU with the PK.
They're going to get that PK goal, SNU, and they extend their lead to 2-0. So Bussert gets another goal on the season.
Bussert with the goal. That's her 5th on the year, totaling her to 11 points on the year. And once again, the young sophomore stepped up in the big spot to take that penalty kick, and she slotted it home. Cool, calm, and collective, and you can't ask for much more from a young sophomore to be able to step up and take that penalty kick and bury it the way she did. So, good job by Kelsey Bussert to step up and put that penalty kick away to give SNU a 2-0 lead.
So Bussert is able to extend the lead for the Crimson Storm just before the half, and she has tied Hannah Robinson for the second most goals on the year at 5 apiece, just behind Megan Chase's 6, with one of them coming tonight.
That's just for more goals. That's, and then you have
both of them, Kylie Payne, unable to come up with anything. And like I was saying, I mean, the Crimson Storm women's soccer team is not the only SNU athletic team in action today. The volleyball team playing Northwestern as well in their special Dig for Pink game, raising money for breast cancer awareness. And also the football team is in action on a Thursday today, as they are taking on the Ouachita Tigers in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And we'll get a score for you here in just a moment on that football game, because I do believe that started at the same time as we did.
Yeah, and like you said, John, it's definitely a busy Thursday here for SNU Athletics. Football team, they don't play often on Thursdays, so it's definitely a different feel for tonight. But nonetheless, they have to get it done.
Well, they're playing the Ouachita Tigers, looking for their second win of the year, with their first win, a 31-17, just thromping of Arkansas Monticello. The Boll Weevils came into Bethany and were soundly defeated by the Crimson Storm. We got a score update actually for that football game going on right now. The Crimson Storm trail the Ouachita Tigers 17-0 with just 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Crimson Storm struggling to take on the Tigers as they're trying to find some offensive push from quarterback Jacob Spady, excuse me. Minute and a half here in West Harmon Field for the first half. For halftime, and the Crimson Storm have a 2-0 lead. And you were saying, Antoine, earlier in one of our earlier broadcasts that a 2-0 or a 2-goal lead is a dangerous lead to have.
Yes, it's definitely dangerous. In the soccer world, a 2-0 lead is probably the worst lead you can have, just because if you give up one goal, that gives the other team momentum.
1 minute.
And, you can score within a heartbeat. So, although SNU is up 2-0 and they look like they have full control of this game here in this first half, they still have to, be careful and continue to play and not give this Northwestern team any type of confidence. There's about 30 seconds left in this half, and so SNU definitely has to defend this and go into this locker room with a 2-0 lead and come out in the second half and play, well. They have to come out strong in order to maintain this, and they're doing a good job thus far.
Well, Legaspi just corralled a rocket to record another save for her, and now Payne is streaking down the sideline with the ball of her own. Crosses it over just a little bit too much, and there's the 10-second countdown. Another strike for the SNU Crimson Storm, and it just goes high. Number 14, Glitsky. And that's going to bring an end to the to the first half, with the Crimson Storm leading the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers 2-0. I mean, in my opinion, that was a dominating first half for the Crimson Storm.
Definitely a dominating performance by SNU in the first half. They came out, they got on the board early, they kept possession, and then they added a goal here late in this first half. And I thought they did well and came out and played their game here in the first half. They're leading with 20 shots. Northwestern has 4. SNU has 8 shots on goal. Northwestern has 1. SNU is leading in corners with 2, and Northwestern has 1. It's been a pretty quiet first half. Not too many fouls called. Both teams have 5 fouls called against them, and both Natasha Fuentes has been pretty quiet. She's only had 1 save, but Northwestern keeper, she has 6 saves on the game so far. So it's been a busy first half for her. But those are just her first half stats, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff right here on SNUathletics.com.
Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Just about set to start the second half here. The Crimson Storm going to start out with the ball, and Hannah Robinson going to take it up to begin with. Crimson Storm lead the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers 2-0 after two goals. One in the first 2 minutes by Megan Chase, and one near the end of the half on a PK from Bussert. So 2 goals, and we're here to cover the last 45 minutes of this match. Once again, I'm John Hale with my man in the booth, Antoine Williams.
John, what do you think the coaches told their teams at halftime?
Well, right here, it's another shot for Northwestern, and right there was number 13, Jordan Gomes, who almost got a break. Maybe she got it closer. She might be able to put that one in the net. But in answer to your question, Antoine, I believe that for SNU, it's like keep it up. Keep up the pressure. I mean, you're going to give us one, like you were saying. But SNU, just keep up the momentum, keep up the pressure, and continue with the possession of the ball, because in the first half, SNU had the ball for the majority of the game. On Northwestern Oklahoma State side, it's try to find those extra creases and those extra opportunities, because those are going to be few and far between against a team like SNU, who doesn't give up a whole lot of opportunities against a team like Northwestern. And right there, an opportunity for Megan Chase, and she's got it. Another goal from Megan Chase. That's 2 on the night.
Well done by SNU. They found Megan Chase making the perfect run through the middle of that defense, and it was a well-played ball in, and Megan Chase, she did the rest. When you have her in front of the goal like that, she's pretty clinical at finishing, and she picked the corner, and she slotted it in that corner for her second goal of the game. And that was that third and decisive goal that you were just talking about, John. SNU was able to find it 2 minutes into this second half, and they improved on their lead. Now they have a 3-0 lead and look to just hold possession here in this second half. Just like that first half, they came out in the second half strong and fierce, and they caught this Northwestern team sleeping.
Well, it's two halves, same story for Megan Chase. First 2 minutes, and a goal is on the board of the night, both coming in the first 2 minutes of each half. So the only way this could be even more poetic is if Kelsey Bussert hits a PK with, like 4 minutes left to go in the game. But we'll see what happens.
And Stephanie Ledgerwood, she got the assist on that goal. It was well done by her. She was able to pick her head up and find a streak at Megan Chase down the middle of the field. And when you have that type of speed up top with Megan Chase or with Bussert, you definitely have to take advantage of that. Megan, she's very pacey, and notice that there is
another opportunity for the Crimson Storm. And like you were saying, that new goalkeeper Wallace able to corral it. It was right there, right in front of the goal, and almost able to put it in. So a header quickly to Fuente.
Right there between another defensive effort. Seems like Coach Duncan has found a spot for Dejan Tomaso. Last year she came in playing forward, and later in the year Coach Duncan on this right side of that back line for Coach Duncan, and she's done well, and she's had a great season so far. So it seems like the transition from forward to defense for Heather Dejan Tomaso is going well.
So the Crimson Storm almost getting able to outrun. That's number 24, Stephanie Ledgerwood, and Wallace will get us. And Cantrell is right there.
Yeah. Now they have Wood playing in their mid role with Hannah Robinson, and Glitsky. So Glitsky and Boussard are normally players that play in up top, but now they're in their.
So an almost perfect cross. Maybe he took a little bit off of it. Megan Chase had a clear line of sight for her third goal of the night and the hat trick. She couldn't quite get there in time. She'll go ahead.
All in, and try to find one of their attacking players, but she's found some space here early in the second half, and if they can continue to exploit that, it might be something that they can continue to look forward to in the future.
And an almost goal again. That's the second goal of the night that has just hit off the cross beam and is bounced off for the Crimson Storm. So second shot of the night that actually hits the crossbar. Crossbar challenge has been won twice now by the Crimson Storm.
That was Hannah Robinson once again in the center of the field, and that was with her left foot, and that's not even her strong foot. And so, like you said, unlucky for SNU, but as a goalkeeper, me being one, the crossbar is our best friend sometimes, and so sometimes you got to be thankful for them.
Save, diving right at the feet of Chase, throwing caution to the wind and picking up an amazing save. Kicks it off for the Rangers. Like I was saying, the Storm football team having a little bit of trouble against the Ouachita Tigers. They are unable to get on the board in the first half, as they now trail the Ouachita Baptist Tigers 27-0 at halftime. And I will wait to get in their dig for pink special. Our pink out game for the volleyball team.
And once again, here's Chase. And Chase has been doing a really good job at penetrating this Northwestern defense. Some kind of connection, because Ledgerwood is constantly finding Chase in attacking positions, and Chase is looking to get that hat trick. All she needs is one more, and so I would definitely keep an eye on that, but she's definitely gunning for a hat trick, and she may just well get it tonight. This pace for Chase is something that Northwestern can't keep up with. You can't teach pace, and she's definitely using it.
So a little bit of an update here in the Sawyer Center, not 5 minutes away from West Harmon Field. Crimson Storm are going up against the Rangers volleyball team, who is also struggling in the GAC, also being on the bottom of the barrel in the GAC in volleyball, but the Crimson Storm have taken a 12-11 lead in the first set. So that game has just started, and we will keep up with that volleyball game as we versus Storm on two fronts tonight. This one's kicked out and right towards me over here. That's the first time this season that the ball's ever just rolled on over to me, so I get to actually get a ball back. I feel important.
It's a great save right there, John.
Yeah. And we actually have an injured Ranger right in front of us, right in front of our broadcast table. That is actually number 21, Caitlin Bell. It's a 5'3" senior out of Enid, Oklahoma, and a defender for the Rangers.
And we also have a sub here for SNU.
Number 19, Ashley Owens.
Ashley Owens comes in for Rachel Cantrell. Rachel Cantrell did a really good job while she was in, holding that center back spot down.
So the game will continue here as the injuries was actually taking place out of bounds right in front of us. So we'll keep an eye on Bell. Looks like it's an ankle injury on her right ankle. We're going to get a throw in for the Crimson Storm.
And
And the Rangers are going to try everything they can to keep it out of the box and away from number 4, Megan Chase. As you said, looking for that hat trick.
it's going to be interesting to see how this back line for SNU communicates. You have Taylor Jester back there along with Ashley Owens. And I know Ashley Owens has played some in the back line, but I don't know how often these two have played together. So we'll see how the communication goes between these two, along with DeJon Tomaso and Evans on the far side.
So 15 minutes are down in the second half, just under 30 minutes to go. And the Crimson Storm hold a comfortable 3-0 lead over the Rangers. And they just head that one towards Fuentes, and she will overhead throw it to number 12, Bussert. And now Ledgerwood in a little bit of a fight for the ball. And Robinson will take it up. And now the Crimson Storm are pushing up, and a shot flies right over the net. We'll wait for Wallace to come back with the ball. Right there in the middle is Robinson. Chase right there in the middle just kicks it over, right over to Wallace.
One player that we haven't seen tonight is Rebecca Abrego, and I'm not sure why that is when she played a lot of last game. Maybe it's just rest, I'm not sure, but kind of shocked that we have not seen her yet tonight for this Crimson Storm team. She did really well last game, and I thought she had a great game, and she was a good spark for this team, but hopefully we'll see her before the end of the night.
You're exactly right, so Miss Abrego hasn't made an appearance right here, and an opportunity for another goal is deflected up by Wallace. That was Glitsky again.
And that was a great job right there by Glitsky. That was an awesome turn that Glitsky just made. She just couldn't finish. She drove by two defenders and was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper came up huge, and she just came up huge again on that shot. But Glitsky showed some skillful and quick feet on that last shot that she had.
Well, Glitsky actually shot another one, and that time it was going to go down as a save for Wallace. So Wallace getting her paycheck tonight. as a substitute goalkeeper, replacing the Miss Brianna Legaspi, who had allowed 3 goals tonight.
SNU is playing a really high line right now. I guess it's something that they may be working on in practice, but they're doing a good job, and they're definitely holding a high line, something that I haven't seen all year, but they have to be careful with that high line. If this Northwestern can slot a ball.
Well, this is the second to last game of the regular season for the SNU women's soccer team going up against the Rangers. And Senior Day is fast approaching, and it is only in a couple of days. So today's Thursday, so Saturday is Senior Day. This upcoming Saturday, the 29th of October, and they will take on the conference-leading SWOSU Bulldogs on Senior Night, West Harmon Field.
Yeah,
Tough opponent for sure.
That's definitely going to be a tough opponent for this SNU team. SWOSU Bulldogs, they're leading the GAC right now, and they actually have an 11-3 and 1 record overall. So they've had a pretty strong season, and they're looking to close out the GAC conference and get another GAC berth in the conference tournament. So that'll be a tough one for SNU.
Well, depending on what happens tonight, SWOSU playing a very tough in their own right Oklahoma Baptist team. So if SWOSU is able to pull away with a victory tonight, they are in prime position to take the conference crown of the regular season outright. The only one that's on their tail is the Washita Tigers, who have a tie on their record, and SWOSU does not. So I'm not quite sure how a tie will factor into a conference championship deciding, but my buddy Antoine Williams sure does. So Antoine, do some theorizing with me right now. If SWOSU were to lose tonight against the Oklahoma Baptist Bison, and Washita was to win their 2 games, or their final game, how many ever they have left, what would that entail? With SWOSU having an 8-3 record, or a 9-3 record, and Washita having a 8-3-1 record.
I'm not sure how the GAC does their tiebreakers, but typically in soccer, some may do head-to-head, but if they don't do head-to-head, the breakdown would definitely go into goals forward and goals against. It just all depends on how the GAC breaks their tiebreakers down. But, the normal routine is you'll go goals against or goals forward, and you'll do it by that breakdown. So it definitely depends on, who has the most goals, who scored the most goals, and who's given up the most goals. So if SWOSU has, let's just say they have 40 goals on the year, and Washita only has 30, well, the tiebreaker will go to SWOSU because they have the goal differential. So it really just all depends on how the GAC does their tiebreakers.
Thank you, Antoine Williams, clearing up a little bit of that. However, SWOSU can just claim the conference title outright. They might be able to claim it outright tonight if they're able to defeat OBU. However, if they beat OBU tonight and beat Southern Nazarene on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, they will claim the conference title outright in the regular season going into the tournament. As for Southern Nazarene, well, we talked about it earlier in the beginning of the game. If they win tonight, which they are in prime position to do so, coming up is for another goal, another shot, and it's deflected outwards. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Crimson Storm. If they win tonight, and a win over SWOSU, they will for sure claim that number 4 spot. But if they win tonight, and East Central loses to Harding tonight, which started an hour after we did. So after the first half is when the Bison and the Tigers started to face off. So depending on what happens in Searcy, Arkansas, Crimson Storm's fate in the GAC championships could be decided tonight. On the other hand, if Ouachita loses on Saturday, or if East Central loses to Ouachita on Saturday, so East Central is now the prime candidate or the prime factor in the Crimson Storm's postseason. So it's up to them and the Tigers out of Ada, Oklahoma, who will decide who goes where, who goes to the tournament, and who stays home. And coming in for the Crimson Storm, we talked about her just a little bit ago, is number 3, Rebecca Abrego, who is going to come in for number 24, Stephanie Ledgerwood. So there's Abrego making her appearance, Antoine. You were talking about her just earlier.
Yeah, she's finally making her appearance, and it's definitely good to get her in the match and see her in the match. We have about 20 minutes left, so it seems like she'll probably finish out this game, get some playing time. We do have some scores, some score updates from around the GAC. Women's soccer, East Central versus Harding, and East Central has a 2-1 lead over Harding University. So that's definitely gonna be a good one tonight. East Central still trying to climb into the GAC conference tournament, so looks like they're out there giving it their all.
It may come down to a tiebreaker between the Tigers and the Crimson Storm. If the Crimson Storm lose to Southwestern Oklahoma State, here's a corner kick for the Crimson Storm. And it's not going to result in anything this time, or I think we might have another corner kick coming up. But the Crimson Storm are unfortunate enough to lose to SWASU. They will need East Central to lose to Ouachita. So some intense postseason drama going on. And a header is saved by Wallace. And she is really earning that paycheck, as she has not allowed a goal since that second goal to make it 3-0 by Megan Chase.
And like you said, John, Wallace is definitely earning her paycheck tonight, coming up with some big saves for this Northwestern team. She's definitely part of the reason why it's only 3-0 and not a lot more. Looks like SNU is set to make another sub.
It's going to be number 30, Rachel Cantrell, who will enter the game for the Crimson Storm. Just under 18 minutes here. That ball is saved by Natasha Fuentes. So Fuentes records another save, and she has kept that net clean for the Crimson Storm tonight.
And it's good thing you said that. Right now, looks like SNU has this game in the bag, but one thing that they want to work on is just keeping the shutout.
Well, here's an opportunity for the Rangers if they can just get it close. They cannot. The Rangers had a break on it, but were unable to outrun a Crimson Storm player and kick it over to Natasha Fuentes and keep it clean. So Fuentes getting big props tonight, as she is keeping SNU's net completely blemish-free and pitching a shutout against the Rangers. But here comes a corner kick, and we all know that a corner kick can change the outline of a game real quickly.
Real quick, but yeah, SNU wants to definitely keep this shutout. They haven't given up too many goals here lately, but a shutout will be huge for them. It's definitely a confidence booster, and I know Natasha Fuentes would love to have this shutout as well. As a goalkeeper, you work hard to get shutouts, and when you take a clean sheet up until the 70th minute, you definitely want to keep it for the full 90. So I know Natasha and this back line, they're going to work hard to get this shutout.
There's only been 2 shutouts by the Crimson Storm so far this season. First one came on September 13th on a 2-0 win at Oklahoma Christian against the OC Eagles. And the other one came against the Harding Bison on a 1-0 win at Harding University. So the signature win for the Crimson Storm this year came against the Harding Bison. And a 1-0 win over at their place. So another shutout tonight would be huge as we are closing out the regular season here on SNU women's soccer and men's soccer as well. And men's soccer, just 4 teams in that conference, so they will go to the conference championship tournament no matter what.
Storm, number 30, Rachel Cantrell.
So Cantrell will come in and relieve number 5 Shanae Vasquez for the evening. And a mass substitution going on right here that for the Rangers. That is number 10, Kimberly Bell, number 19, Kendra Wallace, and number 20, Kelsey Henea.
That was a line change there for you. Starts again. Cantrell is back in the game, and she's playing in that center midfield role as well. So a lot of interchangeable parts for this SNU team, and that's always a benefit to your team because if someone goes down with an injury, you can stick someone right in that position and not lose a beat. So it's definitely good that Coach Duncan has this at her expense.
So we're going to check over with how the Crimson Storm volleyball team is going in the Sawyer Center tonight as they are also playing the Rangers on the volleyball court. SNU actually took the first set in an 18-25 victory in set number 1, and in set number 2 they have a 5-2 advantage, so that one's just starting right now. SNU already with a 1-game advantage over the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers on the volleyball court. And the third quarter and the second half are just starting in Arkadelphia, with the Crimson Storm trailing the Ouachita Tigers 27-0. And of course here the Crimson Storm taking it to the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State in a 3-0 win, or we assume that it will be a win with just under 13 minutes to go. I mean, crazy things can happen here at West Harmon.
Crazy things can happen, and SNU just needs to hold a little bit more possession and get out of here with this win. Right now, the best thing to do is just to work on keeping possession, getting some other players in that haven't had much playing time this year, and trying to get some of these starters out, get them rested and prepared for Saturday. They only have a day off, so it'll most likely be a light practice tomorrow, and then once again they're back on the pitch on Saturday. So if I was Coach Duncan, I would get some of these players out. That way I can get them rested up and healed up and get them ready for this weekend. And as we speak, there are 2 subs coming in, so I think Coach Duncan heard me over there.
Well, it's going to be Kylie Payne, number 9, and number 28, Shelby Nichols, who will enter the game for the Crimson Storm. And Abrego with a shot and hits the crossbar again. And the crossbar has been just as much of a defensive player as Wallace and Legaspi there at the goal. So 3 shots on the crossbar that are deflected, and the Crimson's, and if you take away those crossbar shots and you set them just a little bit lower, SNU has a 6-0 lead, but in reality they are only up 3-0.
Yeah, this crossbar has definitely been getting abused tonight, but the SNU is doing a good job of taking advantage of those shots, and that crossbars come handy for both Northwestern goalkeepers. Looks like the crossbar challenge is in full effect tonight for this SNU women's team. I'm not sure who's winning right now, but in my opinion, it probably would be Megan Chase. I believe she has 2 shots that went off the post.
So we're also having one more sub come in for the Crimson Storm, number 16, Shelby Martinez. Miss Martinez will enter the game, as well as Payne and Nichols. And here they come. See who they're going to relieve. One of them is going to be Megan Chase. So her night is over, as well as Brianna Evans and number 12, Kelsey Bussert. So their night has officially ended, and Megan Chase can definitely rest easy tonight as she records 2 goals on the night, just coming short of that hat trick, and she came close to setting it.
She was real close, and in my opinion, if I had to give a man of the match, it would definitely go to Megan Chase. She played well tonight, got 2 goals and almost had a third, but her runs she timed her runs well, and they were able to find her in space, and they were able to use that pace that she has, and that's really saying something about Megan Chase, that she's able to time her runs well, and she's young, she's fresh, and she's definitely going to be a good fit for this SNU team going forward, and if she can continue this hot streak that she's on, it'll definitely be good for them as well as they enter into conference play.
And my career is saying all night, the conference championship only a few days away. And the Crimson Storm are awaiting the result of the East Central match against Harding to see if they have already punched their ticket to the championship tournament, or if they'll have to wait till Saturday to see what happens.
The good thing is SNU came in and they took care of the business that they needed to take care of. Like they say, you can only control things that are in your hands, and if you take care of things that are in your hands, you can't worry about everything else. And SNU came in tonight and did what they needed to do, and now they'll just have to wait and see what happens this weekend.
Well, the Crimson Storm will go ahead and in all likelihood win this game, unless some sort of miracle, as we are under 8 minutes. Number 25, Sky Glass, is finally going to, as well as number 21, Alexis Coxey, who will re-enter.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Duncan is starting to get some of her other players in the game, get them some minutes.
Entering the game for the Storm, number 21, Alexis Coxey, number 25, Sky Glass.
So number 13, DeJon Tomaso, will take a seat, as well as number 14, Alyssa Glitsky. So those two are done for the night. She kicks that one out, and ball goes to the Rangers. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com, and we apologize. We have lost our video feed, so for the last 2.5 minutes of this broadcast, we'll keep it strictly to a audio, so a radio-style broadcast. We had a free kick for the Rangers, and it goes wide left. So as we go to the 2-minute and 25-second mark remaining in the soccer match, the Rangers are unable to get a goal on the board. So the Crimson Storm now just trying to preserve the shutout. Right there in the middle of the field, having a little bit of trouble. The Rangers trying to clear it out. Right there is number 19 for the Crimson Storm, Ashley Owens. Kicking across the field to 26, Zibba Legenese. The Crimson Storm will go ahead and keep this right in the middle. And we'll drain out this clock. As there's number 21, Alexis Coxey, trying to do a little something offensively. Crimson Storm, the game is never over as we reach the 1-minute 40 mark. Right there in the middle of the field is the Rangers, who are trying to push up and try to put something on the board as the match comes to an end. It's headed up by a Crimson Storm player. And now is kicked out by Fuentes. So the Rangers, once again, as we approach the 1-minute warning, Rangers trying to do something on offense and at least get one goal on the board. The Crimson Storm are saying no way.
1 minute remaining regulation. 1 minute.
We are under 1 minute here in Bethany. And the Rangers, once again, trying to do everything in their power. And it's saved by Fuentes. Had a clear run at the goal is a Ranger. Fuentes saves it. Trying to see what number that is. Fuentes kicks it up. The one who had a clear shot at the goal was number 6 for the Rangers, Erica Hotsetter. So the Crimson Storm will just kick it out. And we are at the 15-second mark, so that's about going to do it for us here in Bethany. 10 seconds are going to just tick away. And the Crimson Storm are going to defend their home pitch and win against the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers in a 3-0 win. Their first shutout since that win in Harding.
That was definitely a great win right there by SNU. They came out early, got a goal. They got another one late in the second half, and they came out in this second half and they put one on the board early to close out this game. Overall, well played by SNU. They were able to come in, get some goals on the board and boost their confidence going into Saturday. I thought they played well defensively. They got the shutout, a hard-earned shutout as well. And so overall, I thought they played well. They looked for their offensive prowess. Megan Chase, and she was able to get on the board and get 2 goals. And when you have a forward like her that can put away goals in tight spots and find creases in the defense, it's definitely going to make your team that much better. So SNU finished with 40 shots on the night, 15 on goal. They had 5 corners. They did get a yellow card. Game was a bit physical. SNU had 10 fouls. Northwestern had 9. And Natasha Fuentes was pretty quiet on the night. She had 3 saves. And
Storm, they controlled the game from the possession. They controlled the game on the offensive side of the place. They kept a clean net with Fuentes. She hosted a shutout for the on the other side for the Rangers. I mean, they just could never seem to get a clear shot at the goal. They had a couple of times where they could have put one in the goal, but Fuentes met them and saved saved a couple shots to maintain the shutout. Rangers goalkeeper Brianna Legaspi allowed three goals. One within the first 2 minutes. One on a PK, which happened within 5 minutes left to go in the half, and then one more shot by Megan Chase, and another 2 minutes into the half for the final goal of the night to give SNU a 3-0 win. That's going to about do it for us here, Antoine. So I'm John Hale, for Antoine Williams and everybody here at SNUathletics.com, signing off for the night. Bolts up.